939 is the dial.
News, sports, entertainment. Top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
Alright, it's 9:30 on 939 Solutions FM. My name is ADEDOKUN Lafenwa. It's another beautiful Thursday morning in a big and beautiful city of Ibadan, the 19th day in the month of September 2024. This is from the Dailies. It's the program where we get to take you through the trending stories in some of today's national dailies. And as usual, I have Comrade Adeji Ajishokwe. We will be joining me virtually this morning. A beautiful morning to you, Comrade Adeji Ajishokwe.
Hey, good morning to you, my dear comrade brother.
All right, because we have very little time to spend on the program this morning, let's quickly glance through some of the stories in the papers this morning. On the front page of the Nigerian Tribune, there is this big headline saying drama as EFCC, Yahya Bello engage in game of wheat. And riders under that, ex-governor honored commission summons, left without being interrogated, media aid. And another one is saying that he's not in our custody. He remains a wanted man, EFCC. Away from that, let me take a few more stories from that. We are 100% in support of Damagum, PDP, NWC, Makinde. Another one talks about earth tremor in FCT, FG constitutes probe committee. Sanu Nasu issue 3-week ultimatum, threaten indefinite strike over unpaid 4-month salaries. Away from the Nigerian Tribune, let's take a look at some other papers that we have this morning. Now, looking at the front page of the Vanguard newspaper this beautiful Thursday morning, Edo Guber, CDS, police and SCDC warn troublemakers. That is found on the front page of Vanguard newspaper. Major marketers begin lifting of petrol from Dangote refinery. Another one says, CTC practice direction. Nigeria's aviation global rating shoots up 70.5%. Looking at it, economic crisis. We warned you, Baba Ahmed tells Nigerians. You remember Baba Ahmed, that the vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the last presidential election. He's talking about economic crisis, and he said, "We warned you." Baba Ahmed tells Nigerians. Page 8 of the Vanguard newspaper. Schools resumption. Parents, authorities blame low turnout on ash economy. And let me move away from that newspaper. Let me take a look at the Punch newspaper. On the front page of the Punch newspaper is talking about the Edo poll. INEC deploys 5,000 BVAs, 18,000 ad hoc workers. That's for the election coming up on Saturday in Edo State. Tinubu may merge MDA, scrap humanitarian ministry. PDP NWC members plot Damagum's removal. Another one, Yahya Bello, EFCC besieged Kogi Governor's Lodge. That story is found on page 12 of the Punch newspaper. Lagos State government records 300 domestic violence cases monthly. And the last one, private employers paying below 70,000 naira risk jail. FG. That is a very interesting story there. And let me take one more newspaper this morning before I get your perspective. Come with that, okay. The Guardian is talking about inflation, low patronage, its online stores, malls amid 200% spike in prices. And Yaya Bello is also on the front page of this paper. Bello remains wanted. EFCC insists lays siege to Kogi government lodge. Let me take one more story there. PDP crisis. Makinde backs embattled Damagun as governor's NWC plan sack. That story is found on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. Now, Comrade Adedoku, it's back to you now. Let's start off with the ongoing drama between the EFCC and ex-Kogi state governor, that is Yaya Bello. For many months now, Yaya Bello had been on the wanted list of the EFCC, and the EFCC had been making so much noise about him being wanted, warrant of arrest being issued, but we read in the paper, some of us were caught unawares actually when I first saw the news headline scrolling on the TV in the particular office where I was yesterday, when I saw that Yaya Bello had honored the invitation of the EFCC. Only for later in the day, I started hearing another story from the EFCC that he was never in their custody. What do you make out of this drama playing out between Yaya Bello and the EFCC?
You see, you have to check the trajectory of that story. Ordinarily, you don't hear the media person of a wanted person or somebody apprehended by security agencies issuing a statement. It is usually, or if the arrest is dramatic, you understand, the media will go for it. But now this time around, we had the media aid of Yaya Bello say his principal had surrendered himself, and he did a narrative. And the narrative he did was that after consulting with his lawyers, family, and supporters, and as a respecter of the rule of law, I mean, that does not tally with the fact that this man has been declared wanted by security agencies, and attempt has been made to apprehend him right there in Abuja, in Ododo's official residence, and that he was actually hiding in the government house in Lokoja, you understand? So that narrative does not tally with that of a wanted man. And you're saying, as a respecter of the rule of law, after consulting with family and friends and supporters. Now, there is that video in circulation which you avail me of. That video shot was done, yes, in the premises of, what do you call it? EFCC.
The EFCC. Yaya Bello was seen in the video in the car park of the EFCC, flanked by the governor of Kogi State, the incumbent governor, that is Ododo.
Now, if you are familiar with government structures and institutions, there will be an outside perimeter fencing. You understand?
Okay.
And then there will be an inner perimeter fencing.
I saw those two fences there in the video too.
You know?
Yeah.
If you are going into for instance, that's even a security facility. If you say you are going into government house in Ibadan, for instance, you will access that government house gate. Everybody will say he's inside government house. Okay. Is he inside the lodge?
But comrade, let us be factual now. With the caliber of people that entered that premises with Yaya Bello, I mean, there was a governor, a sitting governor of Kogi State, Ododo, with him. Now, you could imagine the number of vehicles, the number of security personnel that followed that particular group of people, that followed Yaya Bello into the premises. Let's assume that the first gate was opened. Was there no kind of a communication between the security gate and the main building that truly, because the way EFCC came, EFCC never admitted.
Cameras will have picked them up.
Now, EFCC has never admitted that he was at the premises. They are making us to believe that.
This is it. When you are not saying premises, when you are not saying I reported myself, you see what we saw. If they were going to record that the man was actually there, number one, a sitting governor will get a preference of his staff car and security car, the DSS vehicle in front, the DSS vehicle behind, and his own car in the middle, they will have been allowed into the
Comrade Ayodele Ajishokwe, I still want to believe that EFCC cannot deny the fact that they knew that Yaya Bello was within the first perimeter fencing or the second. EFCC cannot deny it.
So what did you expect them to do? To go and apprehend him there forcefully?
Actually, I saw a comment now. Let me read out the comment. He literally was within the premises, did some short video clip, and zoomed off before they noticed his presence. That's talking about.
I think it was drama. Believe you me. Did you see him trying to access the other gate? Look, it was drama. I think that, and it is childish. It is pedestrian. And you now start reporting that you are at the premises, you reported, and then they say you should go.
Comrade,
okay. Wait a minute. These are security issues.
All right.
Now, within the premises, all the corridors of EFCC offices are cameras.
Okay.
There are cameras everywhere. I've been in those places for whatever reasons. There are cameras everywhere. Everything. If the EFCC wants to come, let them make the camera footage available to us. They have it. But what I don't like is that the later they attempt now to go and apprehend the man a second time to try to apprehend the man. And you see, one thing is clear. This is the wanted man by security agencies. We have the Office of the National Security Advisor, to which all arms of security report to. The DSS and the EFCC especially, they are under the Office of the Presidency. Why don't we have interagency cooperation? The DSS are in charge of the security of the governor. They are the innermost ring. There are 2 or 3 rings around the executive governor. They are the innermost ring. They report every week, if necessary, every day, to their principal, the director of security. It's not as if they don't know. So why didn't they alert if there was enough interagency cooperation? Why didn't they alert that we are hiding for your location?
I remember the way when this news broke out last night that EFCC denied the fact that he was in their custody and they are still looking for him. He remains wanted. I cast my mind back to that particular statement, the press briefing that the chairman of the EFCC had sometime in the month of April, talking about their efforts to invite Yahya Bello. Probably we should remind now, or we should refresh our memories with what the man said, talking about the EFCC chairman. Let's take a listen again to what he said then.
Child school fee in advance. In advance. Dollars. How much? 7. In dollars, yes. In dollars. $32,000. $720,000. Sorry. $720,000 in advance. In announcement that he was going to leave government house. In a poor state like Kogi. I want me to close my eyes to that. Under the guise of saying I'm being used just by who at this stage of my life, just by who? By who? For crying out loud. I assume nothing, sir. I didn't initiate the case. I inherited the case file. I called for the case file. I called for the report, and I said, look, there are issues here. Do you know on my own, I put a call across him, which ordinarily I'm not supposed to do. Just to honor him as a governor, as a immediate past governor. Sir, there are issues. I've seen this case file. Can you just come? Let us clarify these issues. I'm under camera. He said, sir, I tell you my brother, I know, but I can't come. There's one lady, I don't know what her name is. That she then she had said, she has surrounded the office with over 100 journalists. To come and embarrass him and intimidating him and all kind of stuff. I said, okay, if that is your fear, I'm going to pass you through my own gate, special man's gate. You will come to my floor. We will accord you that respect. I will invite my operative. They will come and interrogate you or interview you in my own office. What could be more honorable than that? In my own office. To allay the fear. Thank you, sir. I appreciate. You know what he said? But can't they come to my village? Can't they come to my village? So come and say, I told you. He also wants to. He sent a message to him.
All right, Comrade Odija Shokwa, are you there?
Yes.
Now, that was
Yes.
the EFCC chairman, Olanipe Kolukayode, sometime in April, talking about the different attempts he made to bring Yahya Bello to the office. Yahya Bello was at the office yesterday, whether at the premises or not, but EFCC couldn't arrest him. Can Nigerians still believe EFCC as we speak now concerning this particular case?
I don't think that may be the narrative. You see, the man apparently was in the premises of EFCC. I certainly know that they will have captured him on their cameras that he was approaching. Naturally, you will expect that he will come into the place. The man did the whatever drama using the main building of EFCC. You will see that was deliberate. Using the main building of EFCC as backdrop. You saw that.
Comrade, let's look at it this way. That means anybody can easily gain entrance into the premises of the EFCC, because now we are talking about a wanted person in court by the EFCC that spent minutes within the premises. You said
the wanted man had the cover of a sitting governor
within the premises of the EFCC.
Look, okay, should be the went there later to try and arrest him. DSS officers repelled what I can only describe as an attack. You understand? They will claim that they are protecting their principal. They will claim that it is their principal that they are protecting. And even if the guest of their principal was coming under attack, they were compelled under compulsion to protect a guest of their principal. Okay, this EFCC, did they have a warrant?
We are talking about the same EFCC, the same institution that has pulled down people's doors, that has pulled down people's gates in order to gain access to that person. They have removed ceilings of people to effect their arrest.
Not a sitting governor. They have not tried that with a sitting governor. They have tried that with Adenuga in the days of Nuhu Ribadu. They tried it with
Rochas Okorocha too. Yes.
Not a sitting governor. Even if policemen are guarding you as a former vice president or whatever, they will back off when they see a situation like that. But we are talking about a sitting governor in this regard. What Ododo is doing is irresponsible. It is irresponsible, and these are young men in court. It is irresponsible. And you see, the question is, for how long will this man be a fugitive? For how long? Will he be running around like this for another 4 years? Will he be hiding for another 4 years? Let him go and have his day in court. After all these cases in Nigeria, what is it? Uzo, Kali Oji Uzo. His case lasted 12 years. And at the end of the day, they said for whatever, one judge was not there the day the judgment was read and he signed it. And on technical grounds, they said you should go and retry it. The people that were jailed, the governor of Plateau, Dari, and one other governor, they were pardoned. What is it?
Comrade, as we wrap up the issue of Yahya Bello now, as long as Yahya Bello keeps hiding under the umbrella, under the covering of Ododo, the governor of Kogi State, do you feel that Yahya Bello will ever be arrested by the EFCC?
I can tell you that Yahya Bello will be arrested.
When?
But you see, that is not in my under my purview.
Somebody that was within their premises and they couldn't effect their arrest.
Don't blame EFCC. He was under the.
I am not the one blaming them, but EFCC has opened doors for speculations from Nigerians, because Nigerians are beginning to see
that they did not want to arrest him.
It's more of it looks more like hide and seek game.
Even if they arrested him, EFCC was only going to prosecute him. EFCC will not jail him. If the man is arrested, they will grant him even administrative bail. You understand? EFCC is to investigate and prosecute and prove their case in court. They are not to jail him. You understand? People should get these things right.
Now, with this last statement you made, if truly he was at the premises and EFCC was aware that, they could have invited him to the office as in, okay, they will say, okay, oh, we are not arresting him, but we want to have you for questioning. That would have been a better picture for us to relate to this morning.
Why are you people? Why is everybody saying suggesting complicity, so to say, on the part of the FCC? Why did the man who went to do optics, why didn't he go in there? Why did he not go in? Why would a sitting governor engage in such stupidity? It's just mere stupidity. Putting the state and the entire state and even fellow governors, to ridicule the office of a governor. There are only 36 of them presiding over 200 million plus of us. You can imagine the number of millions of people that he's sitting and presiding over. And he goes to the FCC office to do optics with. I mean, that's silly.
Well, don't you feel that probably Ododo, the governor of Kogi State, should be called to order? I mean,
he should be called
shielding
to order.
someone like
Yahya Bello. He should be called to order by the president, commander-in-chief. What kind of a people are we dealing with? What kind of a people are that? There is a party. He is from a party, the APC. Oh, but what will a Ganduje do? A Ganduje that we saw on video that he was waving watts of dollar.
And stashing, allegedly stashing in the Babariga he was wearing.
Yes, that we saw. And these things have been verified, fact-checked, and they won a election. Even the Muhammadu Buhari that headed an administration that was known to be very strict, and left him, and they didn't call him to order.
All right, Comrade let us rest Yahya Bello's case for now. Maybe tomorrow. Let's hope that probably something else will come up today that we'll have to discuss on it tomorrow. But now 2 days to go to Edo election now, and we are getting. Yesterday we talked about it. 5,000 police officers being deployed to Edo State, and this morning we are having additional figures from other security agencies now. NSCDC deploys 6,433 operatives, and even the military too. Men of the Nigerian Army are there, and the Chief of Defense Staff too was there yesterday to monitor the preparedness of the military for an election. I decided to lay the emphasis on the military, on preparedness for a governorship election, not even a presidential election.
Any election whatsoever, these are civil matters. You see, the military is involved in every aspect of our life. Election, Chief of Defense Staff, they have brigade commander, they have the general GOC.
They have GOC, yes.
Exactly. And then the CDSJ have the Chief of Army Staff. And then the Chief of Defense Staff flew there. After 2 DIGs, AIGs, 35,000 cops, NSCDC have been deployed to small Edo State, and then militarization of that election. Look, it is intimidation. It is, I don't understand. One election in Edo State. What is the problem with Edo? Edo people know what they want to do. People should understand that. Edo people know what they want to do. And we know the troublemaker. I was reading Yaga Africa. They are solidly on ground for election.
Yes.
Yaga Africa already enumerated. Yaga Africa, without security apparatus, already identified the flashpoint, 8 local governments. And in those 8 local governments, they even narrowed it out to specific locations. And that is where you are deploying 35,000 cops, NSCDC. And all these guys will get our troops, Nigeria's military. What will they be doing? They will be carrying guns all over the place. You understand? That is intimidation.
When we have other places that need urgent attention of the men of the Nigerian Army,
people who just want to vote,
exercise their civic duty.
Civic duty. They just want to vote. And you see, let me tell you, to go and vote, you do accreditation, you will line up. Sometimes INEC people will not come until noon. People will still stand there and say, I must cast my vote. You understand? We saw it in the last, we saw it this evening. It happens every time. They may not come until 12. They may not come until 1. People will wait, to ensure that they carry out their civic responsibility that they take as important. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And then look, for God's sake, you come out and see soldiers dressed in battle gear. You may be tempted to say, Kileleke, I don't want to wahala. And you go back home. It is intimidation. I witnessed an election, a local government election in this state in March 27, year 2004. I will never forget. I mean, there was so much intimidation in that particular area that people just went, local government area. People just went to their villages and left the towns to stay away from the election. It is not nice. But you see, it is a hangover of our military overlord. That is the way it has been. Okay. Even the police on election day, they intimidate people because we have a police force, not a police service. It is sad. I remember the days of Adewusi will go down. The days of Sunday Adewusi as Inspector General of Police will go down as a period of when we had police. All right. Efficient police.
Comrade, we'll definitely have more time tomorrow, but before we go, in 1 minute or 2 minutes thereabout, let's address this particular issue. Private employers paying below 70,000 naira risk jail, FG. What's your take on that?
It's all these jokes that they are going about with. It's a joke. The governor of Zamfara, a state governor, started paying 30,000 that have been in place since 2019. He started paying it just this salad now. What is that joke about?
This is even private employers, or not even state. It's not addressed to state governors or private employers.
So if state actors are not paying a law that was enacted by the state, so what are we talking about? Let's stop this joke on Nigerians. They are cruel jokes. Okay, can the employers afford to? Petrol station, can they afford to pay their employees? You have a petrol station that have 10 pumps. 10 pumps. Let's even say 6 pumps. And of course, they work in shifts. They don't work from morning to night.
Definitely.
They have 2 sets of people. Maybe you work 3 days and then somebody else calls the other 3 days. Now you have 3 sets of people working around the clock like that. You have 10 people, 8 people working for you. And then you have your manager. You have your driver. Can they afford to pay them 70,000 naira? Can they?
All right, comrade, that's the much that we can take today. But hopefully by tomorrow we'll have much time to spend together on the program. Thank you very much, and wishing you a very wonderful day.
Thank you very much. Have a most fruitful day. God bless you. And God bless our union.
Amen.
The Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Amen. All right, that's the wrap for today. We're back again tomorrow morning for a fresh edition of From the Dailies on your number 1 radio station, Solutions 93.9 FM. My name is Adedokun Lafenwa. Coming up shortly is the program you've all been waiting for. That is Ono Abayo. And then we have the Chief Press Secretary to your state government being our guest on the program this morning. That is Pastor Olanrewaju Sulaiman. All you need to know, any question you have for him, get them ready. It will be in the studio in a jiffy. Wishing every one of us a very fruitful day. Good morning once again.
Yeah,